My name is Twayla Denise Lee. I am a laborer with Royal Electric. So we're out here at Houston Airport. I get here at about 5 o'clock in the morning. We start at 6:30, but I come an hour early every day. It's me. It's been embedded in me for years. I do that every day. We have our morning meeting, and normally we talk about safety and things to look out for, watch out for each other, and make sure we wear our PPE at all times. And if anybody has any important questions that need to be talked about at the time in the meeting, we discuss it all before we start work. And after the meeting, we have our stretches. After the stretches, then we come into the gate and we get started working. And today I'm working with the foreman, Jose. We're setting the cans and the pipes so that they can shoot the strings for electricity lines going through the pipes. This is actually one of my first electricity jobs as a laborer. And I've learned a lot on this job as well. Every job that you get is something different. So that's basically what we're doing today. We're setting the iron cages and the cans where they run the electricity through, pouring concrete, encasing the cans and cages. That's basically what we're doing here. Well, I got a dispatch from my union hall. They told me there was a job with Royal here at the airport, and they asked me if I wanted to take it. Of course, I took it. And once I got here, everyone was pretty nice. Everyone introduced themselves. And the person that stood out the most to me is Brandon. He's a really, really nice guy. I work with Jose, which he's been a really nice guy too. And thank God I already know what to do. So it makes it a lot easier when you work with a new company and you come in already knowing what to do. It helps instead of them having to show you how to do things. You know what I mean? So we work well together here, Jose and I. We work pretty well together. I got into the industry. I was working for Pacific Bell 20 years ago, and there was construction being done on the building. A lot of noise and dust and all that stuff. So I was wondering what they were doing, and I happened to stop the superintendent for the job and asked him, what are you guys doing as far as the construction on the building? He said, hey, let me take you around the building. I'll walk you around, put a hard hat on. It was on my break time. And I went with him, and he explained everything to me, and he said that they need women in the field in construction. And he asked me would I be interested in doing it. And I said, yeah, I would. He told me how I could get into it by joining the laborers union. And he would help me as far as with the classes, where to go to take the classes and everything. So I went ahead and agreed with it. And I took the classes, got into the laborers union, and here I am, 20-something years later. So the year I started was in 2000. And I joined the local 302, which is out of Oakland. And they also have a campus in California, which I notice in other states they don't have campuses, but there is a huge campus in California, and that's the campus where I took all my classes. They have dorms where you can stay for a couple of weeks or however long you need to stay to finish the courses. You can set your courses at different times and different days of the year if you want. You don't necessarily have to stay there. You can just go to class if you're if you live in town close by. But other than that, if you live far away, you can set your classes and stay on the campus. It took me a couple of years, but I worked while I was taking my classes. While I was taking my classes, I worked. And the classes they have is just general labor, like how to use shovels, how to use jackhammers and drills, hand tools, electric tools, air tools and stuff like that, and how to use a grade-off, forklifts, just various things, how you build forms for concrete, and for pouring concrete, you build the forms. There's a lot of different things that they show you how to do. How to use a hammer, how to use, overall just how to use all the tools that you need on the job. And once you get your certificate, pay goes up, and you have everything that you need to know, all your tools and everything you need to know about construction. which makes it a whole lot easier once you get that certificate, you know. It's a little rough in the beginning because you don't know a lot of things, but it just depends on who you're working with. A lot of companies are different, you know, a lot of people, you know, working together are different as well. But like I said, the company I was with, they were really good to me. The guys showed me everything I needed to know, you know. Royal's a good company. I like working with these guys as well. So it just depends. You get comfortable. You can get comfortable with good people. What made me want to do this type of work is because I'm a hands-on person. I like carpentry. So it's a little tomboy in me. Something about the little tomboy in me wanted to do this type of work. So once they started showing me everything, and I got used to it, it started becoming fun to me. So that's what made me stick with it. On top of them treating me well. So I'm the only person in the family that's doing this. That one initial day that I talked to that superintendent, I've been doing construction ever since. There was no particular interest. It was just the overall picture of everything that he was showing. As far as the carpentry, pouring the concrete, tying rebar, just the whole overall picture of doing the work. It's like, it's something different every day. You know what I mean? A lot of us don't want to go in and sit at a desk. I'm one of those people. I don't want to sit at a desk all day, you know, and do the same type of work. So I'm adventurous. So that's what really caught my eye, is that they do a lot of different things. There's definitely not enough women in this industry, and I've also tried to get women that I know into the industry as well. But a lot of women feel like it's a lot of hard work, and sometimes they don't know if they can handle it. But I always tell women, the only way you'll know is to give it a try. You know, so I definitely recommend women to get into this field, into the construction field. It can change your life. I've learned how to change my oil. Just a lot of different things, mechanical type things. But yeah, there's a lot of women that feel like this is not something they want to do. But I think what needs to change is the perception. There's a perception that it's just a man's job, or you know, a lot of women keep hearing, oh, that's man's work, that's a man's job. So that's what deters them. You know, oh, that's too hard for you to do, or you're not gonna make it through that in 25 years, or I've heard all of that. It's not as hard as they think it is. It's not as hard in the beginning because you're not used to it, but you adjust. It's like any other job, you adjust to it. You know, then it gets easier. You have to learn and set a pattern and a pace for yourself, and then it gets easier. So that's what they need to know.